A very good evening. Welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to tell you about my self-authored book, Joys of Being Yourself. Friends, this is the book that I have written in 2015 and it has been published by Patridge Publications, Bloomington, USA. They opened their office in India, and through that office I sent them the manuscript and they approved it and it was published. So how can you go through the book? What are the things, what are the contents that you will get in my book? This is a book related to meeting your authentic self. What is the real personality and what is the unreal personality of the person? What happens when we become a real person, a true person who is true to oneself, who is true to every situation, who is true to other people? When we don't act fake, what happens at that time? And how can we attain self realization? Only by being aware about the surroundings. I'll tell you briefly how all the chapters deal with different things. So, the first chapter tells you about various ways of life. What are different type of thinkings? What are different type of attitudes? How people live? What are different ways of life? Then, second chapter talks about the role of thought and perception. How our thoughts are shaped, as Swami Vivekananda says, you become what you think all day. So how these thoughts they shape our life. The third chapter tells you about when does your false self disappear. Who has a false self? We all have a false self, the ego self, which is not letting us see the reality as it is. It is giving its own color according to the attitude. And then how does it disappear? The next chapter tells about the mechanism and levels of self realization. What happens when we start our journey towards a self realization, and what are the things that we encounter, and how does the whole process is mechanized with the help of the nature. Then the next chapter, chapter 5, is about the nature of human psyche. What is human psyche? According to the theories of various psychologists, I have tried to explain it. And next chapter, chapter number 6, talks about the various stages of awakening. How does our soul is awakened, or we can say the complete mind is awakened and complete intelligence is used by the human beings. Then chapter 7 tells you that when there is an awakening, you get connected to the divine. Next chapter is be receptive to divine. The divine is connecting you through the symbols, through the numbers, through the books, through the people, through the situations. So now you have to receive the things that are being downloaded to your system day and night. Then chapter 8 tells you that when your false self ends, your real self begins. So the ending is a new beginning. This is the next chapter, chapter number 8. So chapter number 9 says when your mental Wi-Fi is open to the complete universal Wi-Fi system, at that time we can get various types of viruses also. So these are known as invaders. What kind of invaders can come when we try to connect to our higher self? Chapter 10 tells you that you can deal with all the issues related to yourself only by one thing: love yourself unconditionally. What will it do? It will do. Chapter 11 says unconditional love towards the others also. So, this is the ultimate way of life. Chapter 12 tells you the 5 steps to begin with. How can you start your inward journey? How can you make a life full of suffering into a life full of bliss, joy, happiness? When you are not waiting for someone who is coming and helping you, when you are helping yourself. And when you are becoming so much strengthened that you go out in the universe to help the other people who need your help. Chapter 13 says that remember, everything and everyone is perfect. How does our suffering, our struggles, the things that we face today, and we feel that these are unnecessary sufferings in my life, and only I am getting troubled through all these things, and they have no significance. But at one stage of life, you will understand that if you did not go through that suffering, you would not have developed so many uh, positivities, so many strengths, so many skills in your life. So everything we are today, that is due to the struggle of our past years, the past days. Chapter 14 says that life is beautiful, enjoy every moment. Click so many pics of every moment, and whenever you get a time to do a party, to do a get together, to travel across the world, to connect to your family and friends, you never let that time escape from your hands. So grab it with both your hands and try to enjoy every moment. We cannot alter future, we cannot alter past, but we can make the best of one thing, that is the moment in our hand. So this chapter tells you about how these things are done, and the last chapter sums up all the things and majestic exuberance tips in brief. This is the name of the chapter. How can we make our life majestic? How can we enjoy the bliss of being real person in our day-to-day life? And this book will clearly tell you the details. What are the challenges that are faced when you become real? So I humbly request that you should buy this book as soon as possible, because you can get the answers of so many questions that are in your mind. Because when I was struggling with those questions, I found the answer: where, when, and how. And I have tried to enlist everything of my own suffering and own questioning mind, and how I got the answers, just to help the others who are also going through all these types of chaotic situations. And I also humbly request, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get every new video immediately in your notifications. Thank you so much. Wish you a very, very beautiful evening. Have a very nice time. Enjoy with the family and friends. Life is really beautiful. Just realize this. Thank you.